busiest, Wittonia.
Wittonia, busiest. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. Yeah, the Disney Fantasy, is she going up to the upper swinging grounds?
That is correct. Yep, she's going up to the upper swing ground and got us.
Yep, okay, yeah, we are all finished now on the Hurst Point here on SGL3, so we just hold on to a spring, and I'll call you back when the Disney's gone clear, and we'll follow her down.
Wittonia, busiest. Yep, that's all understood. If I can take your details.
Yeah, it's 5 metres, 182, 12 POB, and we will take the main channel down for Portsmouth.
Wittonia, busiest. That's all understood. Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Ahoy, shipmates! Oh, it's a hot day out here. Important Disney Fantasy snuck off early. I mean, I was actually, well, for once, I was actually prepared. I was back here in my cabin. I would say a good almost 2 hours early, which is unprecedented. I'm normally rushing to beat traffic, or getting stuck in traffic, or getting stuck on the water, or whatever, something along those lines. But today, I was early. In fact, I've been doing some work on the channel. Set up a new tit cam for the bird box camera. That's all set up, ready to go. I've even got the outside microphone working on a button. There you go, see? So I can now get to it really quickly. Before I had to go through a couple of different menus. We've just had 2 departures today. The Disney Fantasy, she's already on the move. And then we have the Seabourn Sojourn, and this is unusual. This is Seabourn Sojourn. You can just see it there on the middle left-hand top corner screen. Probably better on the Cow's cam. There we go. She is a luxury cruise liner, and she's moored up the Cow's Triangle, which isn't unusual. But we do get quite a few in there. Some of these very small cruise lines, and you can see they've got the tender down there that's transporting the passengers to and from Cow's. That'll be coming on board soon. But also you see some of the interesting, so they have some tall yachts, some masted sailing boat cruise ships. They also tend to anchor there as well. I'm not quite sure why that is. Let's have a look. Not much going on port cam, itching cams, a few things going on. And there we go. We can see the Seabourn Sojourn from the Netley cam. And then the Disney Fantasy's got off the edge of our screen. And what else? We've got Junction Cam, Forley Cam. There's been lots of flaring over the weekend. They're trying to get the processes started up again, apparently. Or Ferry Cam now. I've got to do something with that, because every time I use Ferry Cam, we don't get anything. But I've just noticed it is a glorious day. We've had some really poor days for the Disney Fantasy for the first time she went. But look at all that. Lots of shipmates down here in the park. All down there, and I've noticed Mr. Whippy probably doing a roaring trade. Where is he? There he is. Yeah, oh yeah, there's a big queue outside Mr. Whippy. Not surprised. I'm all confused being fairly on time. It makes a change. I'm very pleased with my horn button though. Yeah, I don't think we've had any horns yet. We might have done. So far, Disney Fantasy has not disappointed with the hornage. She's been very good. As somebody in the comments said, I can't remember who it was, I noticed someone said it's free magic. And I couldn't agree more. A bit of free magic from Disney there. Here's another tender coming back from Cow's. I need to get some move on. They're due to depart at 1:15. I don't know where they've been on board. Been having a quick look at, maybe they've been to Osborne House. That's a fairly easy destination to get to from Cow's. Or maybe they've been to the prison on Newport. Don't know. Right, just getting myself set up with a few things. It's quite a while to get things set up here at my end.
Red Park, thank you, sir. The Disney Fantasy is just entering the upper swing ground, got a swing yet, proceed out. And then as soon as she's cleared, march it. The Witsonia will be leaving and following her around.
Right, just setting up my camera controls. Yes, there we go. All good. So it's not quite as dramatic on the Itchin today as it was yesterday. We had the capsized yachts there yesterday. In fact, there were 2 capsized yachts. I didn't realise I was reading the chat after from the Netley Cliff Sailing Club. And there were, in fact, 2 yachts that capsized just along here. We only sort of saw one, then we saw the other. And one of them, the one that was in the water and had the problems was the fireball. But they're okay. I think they were slightly embarrassed about being rescued by the Hamble lifeboat, but it was all good fun. In fact, the Hamble lifeboat, I think, are going to come along to the club and give a bit of a talk. Not so telling off in that talk, but no, a talk about what they do, because they are actually a privately funded lifeboat, which is rather unusual.
Ocean Steam test, all received, Rob. Thank you, and good evening to you.
So I shall probably go along to that, because I don't really know much about the Hamble lifeboat. Right, the Disney Fantasy now is in the upper swing ground. I'm hoping she's going to give us a rendezvous. No, rendezvous, that's the wrong word. What am I thinking of? I don't know what I'm thinking of. I haven't even looked at the weather. Now, I think this could be the problem. I'm already noticing it's 28C in my cabin. What have we got here? Forecast in port, currently 21.7, 67 degrees humidity, and the visibility is only 20 nautical miles, which you can really see on Netley Cam. Where it's, there you go. There's the ferry there. There's the Seabourn Sojourn in the background, which is barely visible. It's really,
yes, Red Osprey, shortly away from Royal Pier for cows.
It's really hazy.
Red Osprey Beach, yes, that is all copied. Traffic information of the Red Falcon past hook in, followed by the Red Jet 6. And have the Semisco Innovation approaching Cross House outbound, over.
Copy, thank you.
I'll get shipmate Dolores rendition. Yeah, I think you're. Oh, and Banner Hades has got it rendition. Right, I've been speaking to Paul from Love Cruise this afternoon, which I don't normally get to spend much time talking because I'm too busy doing things. He's given me some prices, but what he has said is there are very few spaces available this summer. Most of the cruises are sold out. I think this is the only one that's got availability, but there is plenty of availability for 2026. So if you're in, but I'm not sure that's Disney Fantasy. And I think it might be one of the other Disneys. I think it might be Disney Dream. You know, I'm sure.
Yes, what here?
I'm sure a Disney expert will be able to correct me in the chat which one it is. And if it is Disney Dream, it'll be disappointing because he's not very good with the haulage. Unlike Disney Fantasy, which is my top haulage here in port.
Spartina, Southampton Beach, yes, pass the message, over.
Yeah, can we activate hot work number 7304? And we're working on the Dolphins over at SGL 4, please.
Dolphins, that's what they call them. That's what I was trying to find in the name for them the other day. I keep on calling them ducks. Dolphins are the massive great fenders that are by the side. I think they keep breaking loose.
Spartina, Southampton Beach, yes. Can you repeat what you will be activating, over?
Yeah, my hot work permit and the number 7304.
Spartina Beach, yes, that is all received. Call again when the works are complete, over.
Yeah, I will do. Thank you. Cheers then.
Oh, well, the shipmate, I did see it somewhere there. Stevie P says yes, Disney Dream next year. Oh, and shipmate USM says as well. That's a shame because Disney Dream was most stingy on the haulage front. It does look like a lovely day out there in the water. I can see all sorts of people buzzing around on various different pleasure crafts. Got the ribs, not so many sailboats. In fact, I haven't even looked at the map yet. Do you know, considering I was 2 hours early, I'm actually feeling like I'm in control of the situation. So there's the Disney Dream, Disney Fantasy, I mean, at the top there, heading to the upper swing ground. Then we've been looking at the Seabourn Sojourn over here on Cow's Cam. There you go. You may not know quite where she is, but she's here. And they're right here in the middle of the Solent. So she's going to depart before Disney Fantasy. You can see there's quite a few yachts about at the moment.
Semit's Go Innovation, Southampton Beaches, that's all copied. Traffic information. The Red Osprey shortly away from Town Quay for cows. The Red Jet 6, 40 deep inbound. She's followed by the Red Falcon inbound, over.
That's all understood. Thank you.
See in the jets. I haven't actually looked at these. Okay. Yeah, kids wondering, Disney Fantasy is off on a 8-day round trip to the fjords. And even Disney Fantasy is going to the fjords. Calling in at Zeebrugge in Bruges, Belgium. Then Hogsund in Norway, Nordenfjorden in Norway, Stavanger in Norway, Kristiansand in Norway, and then back to the wonderful port of Southampton. She's already radioed in with the numbers, and I just happened to catch that. I'd have to look, see if I could find out what they were. Yeah, she's got 3,564 passengers on board, which, according to my information, is 64 more passengers than she actually has space for. I'd imagine that there is an awful lot of children on board, so they'll be ram-packed and shoved in any little space you can find. And she has 1521 crew, which is, according to my numbers, again, it's sort of like 68 over the maximum number of crew. So she's a very full ship indeed. She's off to the fjords for this trip, then back to Spain for the next one. The short one to France. So the short one to France, I see we have an advert for. Oh, that's a short one to the Netherlands. And that's for August next year. Yeah, Paul was telling me that they're all sold out. So if you fancy a cruise on Disney, probably going to be best to look at next year. And she's here in the port of Southampton until the beginning of November, where she sets sail for Port Canaveral. And then we won't see her again for the foreseeable future. Next year, Disney Dream. Right, oh, I forgot there's plenty of shipmates in the chat here. Must do my little bit through there. Let's have a quick look at the other ship. Is due to depart at 5:15. I'll keep an eye on her as well. How am I going to do that? I'm running out of hands and arms and screens. Can I manage that? Well, let's see what we can do. Gotta do something. Right, that's that sorted. Right, have a quick look at the chat. Who we got? Plenty of shipmates in the chat. Who are there? Georgina Stevenson. Who are there? Anthony Challenger. Who are there? Fiona McNichol. Who are there? Alpha Mama. 27C in Great Yarmouth. Ooh, that's about the same temperature as my cabin. And that's outside for you, isn't it? Who are there? Josh. Oh, there, Paul Weaver. Who are there? Donna S. Who are there? Carol Finnis. Who are there? Julie Walker. Who are there? CS28. CS28's looking forward to some haulage. Yes, he does. Looking forward to some haulage. Let's hope Captain Wesley doesn't disappoint. Shipmate Julie Walker says, daughter gets A-level results this Thursday. Ooh, that's a big week for some. Shipmate Julie Walker's off on Avia for a 2-week cruise on Sunday. Well, that's... What day is it today? No, it's Sunday today. Oh, you mean next Sunday? Well, you confused me then. Poor old captain confused easily.
Seabourn, Sojourn, Southampton Beaches. Good afternoon. Over.
Somebody shipmates asked if the stream rang late. Well, actually, I was off doing something and I'd lost track of time. That's the trouble. I've got too much time. Or there, Kex, Guten Abend. Or there, Raymond Morris. Or there, Debbie Rowe. I think I've got everyone now. Gosh, there's lots of people in the chat. Or there, Tony Ellis. Tony Ellis says, can someone put a name on every tune from the ship?
Seabourn, Sojourn, Southampton Beaches. That is all copied. Figures to follow. Yes, you're clear to proceed. There's no immediate traffic for you. Over.
That's the Seabourn Sojourn. She's over there. Looks like her last tenders are coming aboard. If one of the spanners is listening to the Netley Cliff VTS, they might be able to pick up the figures. I don't suspect there's very many passengers on board.
Seabourn, Sojourn, Southampton, VTS. At the Disney Fantasy, currently swinging up the swinging ground, outbound. And we have the Semix Go Innovation just past Ocean Village, outbound to the west. Over.
Well, the shipmates Sabre and ahoy there, Claire Westerman. I think I've got everyone covered now. Ahoy there, Lucy Smirk. Apologies if I've missed anyone. I didn't realise I get quite a lot of chat going on there.
Bridge 6 VTS, that's all received. Traffic information. Have the Red Osprey GIMP outbound. And proceed if safe to do so. Over.
You can see how the visibility is quite poor. Yeah, 18.7 nautical miles. Because I don't think the SDC-5 there, it's probably about 3 miles from the camera, I would think. Something in that sort, maybe not even that, maybe a mile and a half, 2 miles. Let's have a quick look. But it's, you can really notice the decrease in visibility. Yeah, I would say looks like about 1.75 to 2 miles, approximately 2 miles away. The Disney ship there, and you can see that the visibility is really quite affected the visibility. Well, the shipmate Alan Harris says we're on Independence of the Seas on Tuesday, going to Hamburg. Alan and Tony from Oxfordshire. Well, I might be live Tuesday. Depends if I get back in time. Shipmate Dawn Page. Yes, we did see. That's right. We saw the Svitzer Phoenix heading out somewhere, which is unusual. They don't normally wander off too far. Apparently, she was escorting Nav Photon to Forley and didn't get back.
Yes, we're telling you.
Didn't get back to 11. So I'm guessing there was a potential fault with the tanker. Then that's why she was escorting them.
Yeah, we will slip now from the Hurst Point and turn well within the Marchwood Basin and join the channel astern of the Disney Fantasy.
Wittonia VTS, that's all copied. A traffic update, the Disney Fantasy is still finishing her swing in the upper swing ground. Over.
Yeah, I have the visual there. Thank you, sir.
Oh, that's broken. Shipmate George Emmett says, do the port of Southampton have police boats as Portsmouth have police boats? Yes, there are police boats, but I don't know how it all works. I must confess, don't know much about the police. I see 2 types of police boats. One of them is like the pilot boat or the harbour master boat. So it's I can't remember the name of the company that makes them.
Seabourn, Sojourn, Southampton VTS, that's copied. Yeah, ready when you are. Over.
Sounds like the Seabourn Sojourn. Right, she can't leave just yet. She's got a couple of tenders buzzing around. Need those lifeboats. Yeah, there's a couple of police boats that are the same as the harbour master and so on. I can't remember the name of the company that makes them. But we also have quite often I see some black ribs with, which I'm not sure if they're local police or quite well, but it's a black rib with police in big white letters written down the side of it, and all the police are all dressed up in black, and it looks quite serious. It looks like something out of a film. So I'm not quite sure what sort of police they are. There we go. Disney doing a swing. I'm very pleased I've got my new outside microphone on a button on my control panel. It makes life much easier. As you make your life, I'm doing something else when the horns go off. And sometimes there's random bits of hornage, because I can hear the outside microphone all the time. Shipmate Alpha Mama says, yes, SP Pathfinder. Yeah, that is the SP Pathfinder is one of the Harbour Master vessels. Shipmate Jenny McNeil says they're going on the Queen Mary 2 on the 27th of August. Round trip transatlantic. Oh, greedy shipmate. You should let other people have a go, going both ways. Absolutely fantastic. I'd like to do that. I enjoyed going transatlantic on Norwegian Aqua. although it was unintentionally a bit longer than everything else. Yes, and I know I said I'd make the last day video of that, but I have a plan. I'm hoping to maybe do that on Tuesday. I might have some space on my calendar, and it's on my laptop. Half the problem is on my laptop I took with me, and I'm not really used to doing things on the laptop, so I have to sort of consciously think about using it. So I shall do that. When the shipmate Wayne Tarrant, who can only increase his smugness by adding one thing. He says he's on Disney in the pool. I think the only way he can increase his smugness there if he says I'm on Disney in the pool with a rum-based cocktail. And that will be maximum smugness. Now let's see what else we got from Disney here. This is another one. Oh, 4-night Spain cruise, Spain, based on a family of 4. So I'm assuming that's per person. Well, I think Paul from Love Cruise will need to explain because I don't know. I'm presuming that's per person, including children and sharing a cabin. I don't know. You'd have to. Paul from Love Cruise, let me know what that means, because I should have asked you when I looked at it earlier. Well, the shipmate Millie TDEs is 4 weeks until it's our turn on the fantasy. Nicholas Saw, shipmate, says, am I going to video the boat show? Yes. In fact, when I was looking back from my films, I realised I videoed the boat show last year and I didn't put anything up. It's an increasing problem. I go out and film footage and I'm so busy, I don't have enough time to edit it up. It does take a long time to edit up footage, so I'm just going to have to push it out, I think, a bit more raw. I went to the Small Boat Festival, which I have been working on, and that one's almost complete. That's really interesting. And I met shipmate Dan Lee there, who's building a wooden boat. He's going to be the boat show, so I shall...
VTS Disney Fantasy are all signing me up to swim ground proceeding upwards.
He's going to be the boat show, so I shall see him now.
Southampton VTS. That is all copied. Traffic information of the Red Falcon.
So that'll be good to see him again. He's got some lovely wooden boats. Shipmate Wayne Tarrant has indeed reached ultimate smugness. He's on the pool on Disney with a good gin. Yeah, okay. And the lovely weather. Yeah, you are indeed our smuggest shipmate of the week. You can win the prize for that. Yeah, shipmate Paul's come to clarify the prices. So yes, the price is per person. So basically, four times gives you the total price. It's easier than listing the adult and child prices separately. Okay, so that gives you an idea on pricing on Disney. And that is that sharing a cabin? I presume that's sharing a cabin. He hasn't mentioned it. Or anyway, if I presume that's sharing a cabin, that's quite expensive, isn't it? That's going to be £1,000 a night. Oh, yeah, that is quite expensive. Oh, there's some shipmates here coming out with all the songs. Shipmates are listing all the songs. What I should do is go down to Mayflower Park and film the Disney as she passes, and then we could get. I could make a little film of it. And there we go. Yes, 4 people, 1 cabin. Okay, right, there we go. Thank you, Paul. That's made a bit more sense of that. So that's 4 people, 1 cabin. So that is £1,000 a night then. Okay, make of that what you will. Looks like the Seabourn Sojourn is still waiting to load a lifeboat there. We have some jet skis whizzing around. See, there's a bit of puffage coming out of the chimney of the Seabourn Sojourn. It's obviously firing up the engines. The Seabourn Sojourn, actually, she's got a really interesting cruise. She's on a 31-day cruise from Greenock in Glasgow to Montreal in Canada. I mean, that's got to be a very strange 2 destinations. Whoa. Yeah, she's really puffing out the black smoke, she is. I'm watching something that's on a slightly different speed. It's a 31-day cruise. Oh, look at that. That's the engine starting. Oh, puffy, puffy, puff. Oh, well, I'm going to have to, if I do manage to record the sounds of Disney fantasy, I think I'm going to have to get some help for you to tell me what all the songs are, because I have absolutely no idea.
Power play, Southampton VHS, over.
Well, the shipmate Wicked Fly Girl, I think she was on Disney Fantasy the other week. Someone has been on the Fantasy since the beginning of the European cruiser and won't disembark until Disney dry
Power
docks.
play, Southampton VHS, that's all copied. Traffic information.
That is phenomenal. Someone must have very deep pockets and an appetite for Disney. We could just about see the hatch there towards the stern. I believe that's where the passengers are getting on and off the Seabourn Sojourn. Shipmate Emma Foster said it was wet and stormy. Yes, we were wondering if it was the stormy princess was what we were talking about. No, I won't that. Yes, very interesting. That's a long time to spend on a cruise. Anyway, this is the Seabourn Sojourn, which she should be leaving a minute ago, and I can still see the lifeboat tender. Anyway, we've got the thingy-bob Disney Fantasy in view now. In case you're wondering what's included, that's what's included. Broadway quality shows, fireworks at seas on most itineraries. Oh, I didn't know that. Character experiences, movie screenings, pools, water slides, splash zones, wading pools, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, 24-hour room service, unlimited coffee, tea, soda, spacious staterooms, split bathrooms, TV in-room movies. Well, you would hope that Disney Channel would be free, wouldn't you? That would be ironic. And lots more. I certainly haven't heard a bad word from anyone. Shipmates at USM's asking where the Seabourn Sojourn is heading, and she is heading to Dublin in the Republic. Oh, she's got a very old itinerary. Dublin, Republic of Ireland. Then she's going to Holyloch in Scotland, the Isle of Mull. Then Stornoway, the Isle of Lewis Harris. Then she's up to the fjords for a bit. Then she's over to Greenland into Nanotalik, and then Kikutok. Interesting place. St. John's in Newfoundland, and then St. Pierre in the Miquelon Islands, French dependency, and then Saguenay in Quebec City, and then eventually arriving in Montreal. Still need to load that tender there, that lifeboat. Just about to see it on Netlycam as well. Right, let's get back to the Disney Fantasy. I've got the outside microphone fingertips on the ready. I do like my new button. I'm very, very pleased with myself about that. I'm just going to turn up the outside microphone. I'll put it on mute for the minute. It'll be a few seconds. Right, here she comes, heading towards us, the Disney Fantasy. I'm not sure. I'm presuming the Disney Fantasy is newer than the Disney Dream. Built in 2021. She's 13 years old. I'm sure someone correct me if I'm wrong. My feeling is that she is newer. I see they launched a new Disney just the other day. It's a busy down there in port, isn't it? The Disney, oh, I've forgotten its name already. You'll have to let me know in the chat. The new Disney ship with the Spider-Man on the back. I know that much. Which way is the wind coming? Oh, the wind is coming from the north. Absolutely perfect. It's exactly what we want. Oh, no, so it's coming from the south. Sorry. I was looking at the wrong thing. Well, that might not be helpful. Put the microphone on anyway. Because it's round about here that she starts to honk. No, that's car horns. Picking up some colourful language. Disney Fantasy departs with more than maximum number of passengers on board. 3,560 something, I think it was.
Seabourn Sojourn, Southampton VTS, that is all copied. No reported immediate traffic for you. Have the Caribbean Star. Boarding her Portsmouth pilot Charlie 1810.
Well, I think that's it.
Following that, to have the semi-scope.
That's an excellent rendition there. I must say, compared to Disney Dream, Disney Fantasy really does provide lots of entertainment. I think the trouble was the wind is relatively strong from the south and it's blowing the horn noise away. So as you could hear, as it got closer past the microphone, we were starting to hear it better. But initially, it was very quiet to begin with. There we go. There goes the Disney Dream. She's just about to pass Town Quay Pier, and she's heading off to the fjords, calling it at Bruges, Zeebrugge in Belgium first. Then Hogsund in Norway, Nordenfjordur in Norway, Stavanger in Norway, Kristiansund in Norway, and then back to the wonderful port of Southampton. Not sure I can see any flags out there, or I'm not sure I can see our shipmate Tita that was apparently eating a pool somewhere with a rum-based cocktail. No, with a lovely gin, he says. Yep, and shipmate USMC says, yeah, it's free magic. Oh, I can see someone going down the slide. Just noticing over here in Cowes, the Seabourn Sojourn is loading up its last tender there. That's slowly going up, so she'll be off soon. Oh, I've got another camera to move. I've forgotten I've got so many cameras. Sometimes I forget which one I've got. Let's go far right with this one. That one can go there. That one can go back over there. There we go. Well, the shipmate USMC says, after cruising 29 times to Disney, we love it. And Solent Ships. I think you mean Solent Ships, but I get what you mean. Oh, hello, we've got a little chappie on the back. Let's see if we can zoom in. I think it was Dumbo. I've forgotten about the stern mascot. There he goes. Now, lifeboat almost loaded on the Seabourn. I'll carry on with the Seabourn's itinerary in a second. It is quite extensive. It's a 31-day cruise. You'll find that with lots of the smaller lines.
Play VGS, that's all copied. The Samuelo, Nab End, inbound, over.
With the smaller cruises, they tend to visit a lot more smaller ports rather than doing destination to destination like Southampton to Southampton or something. There we go. He's coming past the red jet there. Yes, I'm not sure. I did say earlier, I'm not sure which is older, Disney Dream or Disney Fancy. I'm assuming Disney Dream was older. I'm sure someone could let me know. Christened by Mariah Carey. Our assistant ship is Disney Dream. I don't understand why Disney Dream only plays one tune. Shipmate Shepherd Book says, yes, Seabourn, quite extensive and quite expensive.
Red Eagle VGS, that's all copied. Traffic information of the Red Osprey approaching Hook out to Cowes. Semisco Innovation past Greenland out to the west, and we have the Disney Fantasy approaching Gimp outbound main channel, also clear channel, over.
Paul from Love Cruises, Disney Dream is 2011. There we go, so she's just a year older. Well, the question is, why doesn't she have as many horns then? Why can't she play as many tunes? Maybe they upgraded the number of tunes for the next one.
BTS, we're telling you up here.
Not many shipmates out on their balconies.
Wittonia VGS, that's all copied, over.
What the Seabourn is ready to go. Oh, I think she might be moving. Yeah, I think she's moving. She's already, and she's still loading the lifeboat.
Red Osprey VGS, that's all received. There's no reported large movements inbound for you, over.
Someone's talking about the refit for Disney Dream. So it is the end of October. I think it's about 2 weeks, a week and a half, end of October until the 3rd of November. She's off transatlantic over to the Cape Canaveral, Port Canaveral, I should say. So I think she's got to refit at the end of October, essentially. Oh, I forgot. I need to move a camera. I'm not paying attention, shipmates. Not paying attention. Oh, it reminds me about paying attention. In case you're wondering, shipmates, I am the captain of the Solent Ships YouTube channel, broadcasting you live and direct from the port of Southampton. And that's if you're playing the Captain's Banner Bingo. That's about, what, 29 minutes? 30 minutes into the broadcast? Maybe a little bit more, maybe 35. Not as bad as yesterday. I think yesterday was a record. It was over 2 hours. A very poor performance then on the captain.
BTIC Disney Fancy Western Shepherds.
Disney Fantasy Southampton VGS, that's all copied. There's no reported large movements inbound for you, over.
Okay, thank you.
Well, the kitchen cam's not working. That's no good, is it? No, Itchin Cam decided to go have a little nap at 4 minutes to. Great. Thank you, Itchin Cam, for your sterling service. Well, the shipmate Michelle Clark says that we were on Dream when they left port in France and they played all the tunes. Well, that's just not fair, is it? Because when Disney Dream was here last year, she played one tune, and if you were lucky, she played it once. There were a number of occasions when she left port and didn't play any tunes. Sacrilege. I'm much more impressed with a Disney fantasy. Seabourn Sojourn, she is on part of the way through a interesting cruise, 31-day cruise from Greenock in Glasgow to Montreal, or Greenock if you're Scottish, I suppose. I think that's how they say it. And she's called in at Belfast in Northern Ireland, Oban in Scotland, Leith in Edinburgh, Great Yarmouth. Popped in there to see Alpha Mama. And not often you see shipmates with Great Yarmouth as a destination. Dover, and then the Isle of Wight. Again, that's an unusual destination. The next one is Dublin in Southern Ireland. Then Holylock in Scotland. Then the Isle of Mull. Then Stornoway, Arloes, Harris. Then she's up to the fjords for Hamey Islands, Reykjavik. Sorry, up to Iceland. I mean, she's up to the Hamey Islands in the Western Islands, then Reykjavik for Iceland, Ilsefjord, then she's over to Greenland for Nanitalik, and then Kukotorak. I think that's how you pronounce that. It's got a lot of Q's in it. Then St. John's in Newfoundland, then St. Pierre, one of the Miquelon Islands, then Saguenay in Quebec, then Quebec City, and then eventually arriving in Montreal. Very interesting itinerary, that, from the Seabourn Sojourn. Let's have a quick look. And looks like she's going to be based in Canada and New York for a bit. Then in the wintertime, she's based in Miami. And at some point, she goes over to the Los Angeles for the springtime. Well, then she heads down to Sydney next year. Down to Sydney in Australia, and then over to Hong Kong in Asia, then over to Korea, then Japan. Blimey. Well, that's an interesting one. It's a one-way trip from Tokyo to Vancouver, BC. That's later on in the year. Very interesting itineraries, that, from the smaller ship. Like Paul was saying earlier, if you did fancy booking up Disney Dream, you might want to think about booking up for next year. Most of the cruises this year are sold out. Shipmate Alpha Mama says that I'll let you know when it comes to the outer harbour captain. Excellent. We'll see if you can get a picture, shipmate. I don't know how easy it will be. Shipmate Dolores says, do we have any seaborne prices you could do with a laugh? Well, actually, okay, yeah, I can give you... yeah, you're not wrong. It's definitely a laughable prices. Right. So, if I can find one price here. So, well, this is not quite this cruise. This is actually from Dover to Montreal. So it's the same. It's if you got on yesterday in Dover, the prices start from $11,000 per person, and that's starting from price. I'm just noticing there's been a lot of Harley Davidsons on the Isle of Wight today, and I think they're all coming back. I can hear them on the outside microphone.
Semisco Innovation, Southampton, PTS, that's all copied. Traffic information of the Red Eagle just departed Cowes inbound for Southampton, over.
Yeah, okay, chugging away. Yes, there you go. Fairly expensive to cruise on the Seabourn Sojourn. Struggling a bit here with the sun shining right into the camera. Rather unfortunate. Well, just bear with us for a little bit. The Seabourn Sojourn She's already on the move. There you go. She's over here now in doing 9 knots, heading off to Dublin. Starting at $11,000 per person. Well, the shipmate Indigo Blue says a cruise to Rotterdam. Why? I quite like Rotterdam. When you go to the cruise terminal, it's at the Erasmus Bridge, right in the centre of town. It's a lovely little town to wander around. It's great. And you get a day at sea. You can really get to experience the ship, and you get to go somewhere. And it's only 3 days. And again, Paul was saying this pricing is based on a family of 4 sharing a cabin. So, somewhere in a region of probably 3,200 thereabouts. I imagine the drinks package is extra on top. I have no idea what the pricing is for drinks packages. Probably not cheap. Or maybe it is cheap. I don't know. You can see the visibility, not brilliant the other way, is it? What have we got here? Oh, it's dropping 17.6 nautical miles now. Well, the shipmate Lily Santos, has anyone been on Fantasy for a go in 2 weeks' time? Oh, yeah, there's plenty of shipmates here in the chat that have been on Disney Fantasy. I think it was shipmate. I can't remember the names now. There was definitely a couple. Let's see if I can see one of the shipmates. Wicked Fly Girl. I'm pretty sure she was on the wet departure, but she said she still had a good time, even though it was wet and windy for the sail away. In fact, I think they had the sail away at 10 o'clock in the evening instead of at the 4:45 departure time. Well, the shipmate, the Seed Adventure. Ah, there we go. Proves my point.
Samuel, Southampton Beach.
He says they are going on Disney Fantasy 11 days time. We went on the Disney Dream last year and no horns played. So seeing them today got me excited. Looking forward to being sailing under Captain Wizard. Yes, I would say so far the Disney Fantasy has not disappointed. In fact, one of the shipmates said that as she passed a ship, not a little bit further down Southampton Water here, passing near the Esso refinery, as she passed another ship, she just let off a whole lot of horns. I mean, that's the way it should be. You know, if you've got a great set of horns, you need to show them off, don't you? So yes, I think you won't be disappointed this time. I'd love to, maybe some of the shipmates can take a little video on the top and share it with me or something. Shipmate Shepherdbook says the Seabourn Sojourn can pick up a few kegs of Guinness. You'd hope so, wouldn't you? You'd hope they'd be picking up some Guinness from Dublin. They probably have some bulk agreement with a supplier somewhere else. Well, the shipmate North Crannock is all late on the chat. I'm mid-funnel, top deck 3. Mid-funnel, top deck, top... Oh, I see. Right, sorry, you've put a... Right, got it. Mid-funnel. I could probably get you on Netley Cam, actually. I don't normally do this, but the conditions are good. There we go. So you should be...
Traffic information.
There, somewhere.
Have the Red Eagle, South Bramble, inbound.
Thanks, sir.
I think the shipmates North Crannock is possibly up there somewhere. I don't think we've not really had any waivers from sort of this location. It's actually quite difficult. The camera does bounce around quite a lot, even though it's not that windy. It's still just enough to upset it. Yeah, he's up there somewhere. Doesn't actually look that busy, does it? Four nights in Spain. I'd say that's £1,000 for a veranda. It's not much more for a veranda than inside, is it? I think I'd definitely have a veranda. So that when the children are screaming too much, you can shut them outside on the balcony. No, of course we'd do that. Excellent. Spanner thinks that Hades thinks that Queen Mary 2 has the best horn. I think Queen Mary 2 has the loudest horn, although I would say Independence of the Seas does a pretty good impression. So there's someone down on the beach taking some photographs, perhaps. Watching us, watching you, watching them. Yeah, Independence of the Seas is pretty good. Queen Mary 2 is excellent. I'm trying to think what else has a good horn. No, I can't really think of anything else. Well, there, Rena Clark, apologising for being late. Well, you just think we can allow you to not have to go to the brig this time, shipmates. Disney Fantasy departs very full of passengers. I think it was 3,500 something passengers over maximum capacity, so I'm not quite sure how that works. Maybe shoo a few more children in under bed somewhere. And she's even had a few more crew than usual as well, probably to cope with the fact that she's absolutely packed. And she is off for refurbishment at the end of October. In the meantime, she's cruising out of Southampton for the summer. Then, in the beginning of November, after a refurbishment, head straight over to Port Canaveral from the wonderful Port of Southampton. That's a 13-day cruise. That actually looks like pretty good value for money. I'm seeing here that prices for that start at about £4,000. I'm guessing they're difficult to take your children out of school for 14 days during the beginning of November. Well, the shipmate Mark Page says Captain Wesley does like playing his tunes when fancy Southampton. Yes, I would say that's definitely true. Oh yes, Ex-Spanner Hades has let me know that to celebrate, I think it's VJ. I need to put up that VJ Day. Queen Mary 2 will be honking a horn at midday. I wonder where she'll be at midday. Which berth will she be in? Queen Mary 2 will be in 106, which is very annoying. That's a long way away. Yeah, that's annoying. Not easy, and it depends which way she's pointing as well, and which way the wind's blowing. Well, I was hoping to do something about that, but I'm not sure now. Would have been helpful if she was in 102 berth, pointing south. That would have been perfect. Just looking at the forecast of the Port of Southampton, we've got temperatures in the mid to high 20s for the next couple of weeks. And then there's some rain forecast at the end of next and the week after next. So it's going to be very good weather. We'll have time for a few more broadcasts. No departures tomorrow. Monday. I think it's Monday tomorrow, isn't it? Yeah, Monday. Mode departures tomorrow on Monday. Tuesday, we have the Independence of the Seas. Then Wednesday, there's 2 ships, the Regal Princess and the Borealis. Thursday, the Aurora, 7 Seas Grandeur. Friday, the Britannia, Queen Mary 2 and Vista. Oh, it's a Britannia. There's some celebrations going on for VJ Day, the 80th anniversary of Victory of Japan Day.
BTS Ferby.
Ferby, BTS.
BTS Ferby, good evening. Just getting underway for 37 March with the Ho Trouble.
Ferby, BTS, that's all received.
And then next Saturday, just 2 next Saturday. I can't remember the last time we had a 2-ship Saturday. Probably not since February, March time. Just 2 on Saturday, the Iona and the Emerald Princess. 3 on Sunday, Avia, Independence of the Seas, Queen Anne. And then on Monday, Ada Perla and Disney Fantasy. Shipmate William Johnson said jet ski was doing a bit of a protest in Blackpool earlier today with a flag on the back saying "Stop the boats."
BTS, Hope Traveller.
Oh, I think you mean stop the boats, small boats.
Hope Traveller, BTS.
Yeah, very good evening to you. Well, here we are, stop side 244. Going to be ready for a 18:15 departure with a maximum draft of 10 metres. She's off to Santander, 23 plus 1 on board.
Hope Traveller, BTS, that's all received. I'll give you a traffic update when you're underway.
Roger that, thank you.
Yes, of course, it means stop the boats. It means stop the migrant boats. I was just thinking it meant stop the cruise ships and things. I was thinking that's a bit unsporting. But I get it now. Yep. I've often thought about trying to cross the English Channel in a small boat just to see what it's like. See if I can get myself a small sib or something and travel across, pack some sandwiches and my passport, of course. I probably wouldn't need it. I'd get a hotel accommodation when I arrived, wouldn't I? Oh, yes, you can see that visibility is getting worse. What is it now? It's 18 nautical miles, yeah. The park is clear. There were a lot of shipmates in the park for Disney Fantasy's departure. Well, the shipmate Lily Sandell says some of my friends' parents went on a cruise with Captain Wesley. It was brilliant. Yes, a lot of people have given Captain Wesley many positive feedback comments. Apparently he's quite funny. I'm pretty sure I went on a cruise with him as captain, but I don't remember anything. I don't know. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. Yes, I'll see if I can live stream Queen Mary 2. She's got such a loud horn that it should be relatively easy. I'm just trying to think where the best place to be would be. If she's 106 berth, which way she's facing, I might end up going to Marchwood Sailing Club. That would probably be the best. Then I'd get a good view of her and the horns facing the right way, and more than likely not the wind will blow the sound up that way. So yeah, that's probably what I'll do. I'll try live streaming from Marchwood. haven't been down to Marchwood for ages. So Marchwood's a really good place to go spotting for the container ships. You get really close to them. You can also, for instance, this evening you'd have seen Disney Fantasy spin round at the top there. I've been pestering Marchwood Sailing Club to let me have a camera up there, but they're not interested. Spoil sports. Yes, he was. I think Captain Wesley might have been captain of Iona when I went on Iona, but I just don't remember hearing any of the broadcasts. Any of the announcements. Apparently, he's very funny on the Town Quay. Shipmate Raven Morris says, get some floats on the Iron Horse and ride across, Captain. Very tempting indeed, shipmate. Yes, get out on the old Iron Horse. Very tempting. I'm not sure I'll be taking you up on that idea. In fact, I have to take the Iron Horse to the vets later for its annual checkup.
Yes, Spartina.
Spartina, VHS, over.
Yeah, afternoon. We're now complete with hot works at SGL berth 4. We're now going to move ourselves to Marchwood Wharf, please, for some more hot works up there.
Spartina, VHS, that's all received. There's no reported traffic for you. Call again before you resume your hot works, over.
Yeah, that's received. And we've got the small workboat, Williams Endeavour, astern of us as well, please.
Spartina, VHS, that's all received, over.
Yep, thank you.
Yeah, Spartina's doing some work up there at the docks. Doing some hot work, probably welding something back on, I suspect. Well, shipmate Robert says, have I had a new tyre on the Iron Horse yet? No, I haven't actually. I've actually got to replace the cush drive, give it a good service. It's time that the shaft drive gearbox had oil changed every 20,000 miles. So I'm doing that. So changing the oil, replacing the cush drive, replacing the rear brake shoes. So it's a wheel off job. So we do the wheel off job, and then while I've got the wheel off, I was thinking about having a look at the tyre myself, but my tyre levers aren't very good, and it's a bit of a fiddly job. So I'll just take it down to a local shop and get them to take the inner tube out and check the tyre for any punches. At the moment, it's still full of monkey snot. What the shipmate Nicola Sort says, what are hot works? Hot works. Welding, that sort of thing. Welding, brazing, anything that's sort of flame related that could cause a problem. In fact, there were some hot works earlier on Disney. I'm not sure what they were doing, but they like to notify the VTS that they're doing hot works, I suppose, so they can put some fire precautions on close call. Shipmate Hades, it's all which Iron Horse. I'm not sure which Iron Horse would float better. Neither of them, probably. Were their hands? Were their hands from
Melton, VHS, good afternoon, over.
Norway?
Hey, good afternoon. Permission breakaway from Bird 44 for Hawk Traveller.
Melton, VHS, that's all received, over.
Thank you.
Yeah, VTS. Eleanor, afternoon, not wise for us.
Eleanor, VHS, that's all copied, over.
I've got a little question for you. Shipmate Hans.
Red Eagle, VHS, that's all received.
How this is one of the stops for Disney Fantasy's itineraries, calling it Zeebrugge for Bruges in Belgium, then Hogsund in Norway, and then Nordfjordeid. I'm not really. It doesn't seem to make sense to me. I've not heard that one before. Then Stavanger in Norway and Kristiansand in Norway, and then back to Port Southampton. So how do you say that one then, shipmate? I know it's a little difficult to type out. Is it Nordfjordeid? Shipmate Nicholas Hall says, you wouldn't want to be doing that near the LPG tankers. Well, you could do, but you wouldn't know much about it, would you? If it all went wrong. See the Disney Fancy Note on the other side of Cowshot Spit. This is from the Cow's Cam on the Isle of Wight, from the isleofwight.com. People, they've got a whole load of cameras on the Isle of Wight. I'm not sure how many they've got these days, probably about 15, 20. They completely cover the Isle of Wight. So if you're interested, they've got all sorts covering Ryde and various different places, different bits and pieces. This one's particularly good because it basically follows on from my one. Unfortunately, my Cow's Cam has gone. It was generously hosted by one of our spanners, Etienne, but he's had to move, so the camera had to come down. Lovely looking catamaran there with a flybridge. Oh, yeah, that's rather fancy. I'm rather partial to a catamaran myself. Yeah, it's looking quite murky in the distance, isn't it? Shipmate Hans Olaf Mork from Norway. He's near Bergen. Oh, you said that was good pronunciation? Oh, thanks, shipmate. I struggled with that one. I hadn't heard that one before. Nordfjordeid. Yeah, I've not heard of that particular port. You do see a lot of the ports. Not that one. Whereabouts is that one then? That one is 1, 2, 3. It's quite a long way north. Oh, it's a long way north, long way inland. Really amuses me when you look at the map for ships. When we look at this map here, the ship map. So it shows all the ships travelling, coming and going, and channel around the coast, which is where you normally expect to see them. But when you look up here in Norway, you suddenly have cruise ships miles inland. Look, there's Celebrity Apex. He's all the way inland somewhere, and so what have we got here? Some other little ferries inland, and it just amazes me how far inland some of these ships get. Mine Sheaf 7, look at that, miles inland. Probably take you half a day to even get in and out. Well, shipmate Fiona McNichol. Oh, so do you have an email address? I'd like to send some pictures when I'm on board. I own of my view from my balcony. Oh, excellent. So, shipmate, yeah, you can. Well, like I say, I think someone said I have the Discord. Yeah, you can use the Discord. That's probably best. Then we can all enjoy them. We can be shared with all the shipmates on there. If not, you can just email captain@ahoyshipmate.com.
BTS, Red Falcon, shortly departing Royal Perfect Cows.
Red Falcon BTS, that's all received, so thank you. Got the Hope Traveller due away from 44 berth at 1850.
Yeah.
Copy that, thank you.
Post them on the Discourse better, then we can all enjoy them. We can all marvel at your wonderful balcony view.
Yeah, 6 BTS, that's all received, thank you. Yep, and clear channel, please. Also, the Hogue Traveller will be departing from 44 berth, bashing out and swinging at 1850.
Not long now until Southampton Boat Show, or just over a month until the boat show. We'll already see the...
Angie Samness, Surrender VTS. Good evening to you, sir. I see you now approaching 10 miles. And confirm your pilot boarding time of 1845, 1845. Pilot station Bravo. Maintain a good listening watch on channel 12 and 09 for the pilot launch. The pilot launch will call you on his way to you with instructions. Traffic information, we have the vessel power play east of the tower, outward bound to the southeast. The city of Chichester is dredging now on the southeast Nab dredge area. We'll keep well clear of this vessel. Further traffic, the Seabourn Sojourn approaching the fort southward bound. Over.
Shipmate CS28 sounds like they had a really good view of the Waverley Caravan Park's Cows Week fireworks. Shipmate Hans, who's up in Bergen, says, looks like Mine Chief 7 is sailing towards, not Helisiet. I'm not quite sure how he pronounced that. He did try and give me some guidance, but I think I'm still not doing a good job on that one. Is there a link I could share? Yeah, probably. You want to see the ship tracking software? Yeah, give you that link here. That's here. I think that was the question. There are a number of them. I tend to use this one and Vessel Finder. Tend to be my go-to choices. Just that Disney Fantasy started to turn around the Cowshot split there.
Seabourn Sojourn, VTS, all understood, sir. Thank you. Good evening, Chief. Got the Caribbean Star, Portsmouth pilot just boarded west of the tower, inward bound. Coming in from the east, the Angie Soundness, 1845. Bravo.
Helisilt, not Heliset. Helisilt. Okay, right. I think I've got that one now. It's more like silt, Helisilt. Okay, that was interesting to know. There was for a local ship tracking, of course. You can actually view my local tracking. It only covers local movements. Oh, I've lost it. There it goes back again. You can view local rules on here, and I supply the information for that one. There we go. Right. I think we're all good now. Yeah, I think that was Wittonia heading down. One of the bunkering vessels heading down, following Disney Fantasy. The local petrol station there fills everyone up. You even see her on cruise cam as well, but visibility is not very good. There we go, she's just rounding Cowshot Spits. She'll now have to go around the Bramble Bank. And then she'll be heading out off to Bruges in Belgium.
BTS, Ho Traveller, going to start singling up here on 44.
Oh,
Traveller VTS, good evening to you, sir. That's all received, thank you. And your PC passed with the soundless boarding at 1845, Brock.
Roger, thanks, Andy.
Shipmate Hands through, who's my pronunciation and language coach from Norway. He says I'm getting better.
Caribbean Star, Solent VTS, good evening to you again, Jim.
So excellent. So it's Heli Siet, not Heli Set. Heli Siet, I think, something like that. Getting closer. Oh, I'll try my best. Old Sea Dog. It's difficult to teach new tricks from old Sea Dog.
The Seabourn Sojourn approaching the Warner Buoy now, outward bound west of the tower. Southampton pilot still on.
Yeah, I prefer it when it's that's the trouble with some of these smaller lines like the Seabourn Sojourn and some of the Oceania and Seven Seas and all those sorts of ones. They start visiting some really strange locations. Well, not strange, but some very unusual destinations. And when I start reading through the list of places, sometimes I haven't had enough time to actually work out what they say. So it's like, oh dear, lots of strange place names in foreign countries. So I'm sure I'm butchering and slaying lots of them. Disney Fantasy off to the fjords today. It's a 8-day round trip to the fjords. Then after that, it's a 4-day round trip to Spain, 3-day round trip to France, another 4 days to Spain, and a 3-day round trip to Belgium. Then a 7-day round trip Northern Europe, which is essentially a little bit of Norway. That's Zeebrugge for Bruges in Belgium, Amsterdam in the Netherlands, and then Copenhagen in Denmark, and then Kristiansand in Norway. Interesting. She goes through the Kiel Canal as well. That's quite interesting. Then after that, she does a 7 days British Isle cruise, calling it at Cork in Southern Ireland, then Liverpool, Greenock in Glasgow, and then Weymouth.
Yeah, we're Tony VTS, that's all received, sir, thank you.
In the Isle of
We are
Bord.
boarding a large vehicle carrier, the Angie Soundness, 1845, east of the tower, Ringwood, bound for Cellar. Question, you going north or the right?
She gets another fjord cruise in.
Understood, thank you.
Another fjord cruise in on the 7 day.
Yes, spot here.
7 day fjord cruise in on the September the 15th. And September the 22nd, she's off on a 7 day Spanish and French cruise. And then, so when she returns on the 20th of September, she's actually off for quite some time. So from the 20th, well, from basically the 30th of September until the 3rd of November. So that's all, basically the entire month of October, she's being refitted. I think someone said where she's being refitted. I don't remember where it was. I remember it was in Hamburg. She's been refitted for the entirety of October. 3rd November, she'll then head off on a 13-day one-way from Southampton to Port Canaveral. And then that's the last time we see Disney Fantasy for the foreseeable future. Shipmate Mike Jackson's off on the ship in 11 days' time, going to France. Can't wait. A lot of excited shipmates, young and old, I think. Disney Fantasy just heading round the Bramble Bank.
BTS Traveller last night now, we're shortly on the move.
Traveller VTS, all received, sir, thank you. We've got the Red Eagle approaching northwest Nelly.
Red Eagle at northwest Nelly, thank you.
Red Eagle VTS.
VTS, Red Eagle, good evening, sir.
Red Eagle VTS, good evening to you. Got the Hope Traveller on 44 berth there. Letting go last lines now, be backing out very shortly.
Copy, sir, many thanks.
And we'll take that call as Western Shopping.
Oh, copy, sir, many thanks.
Yes, Alison Dixon, shipmate, says, oh yes, Disney Fantasy. Oh, good, she's coming back with the information. I wasn't sure if it was Hamburg. No, apparently it's not Hamburg. Disney Fantasy's off to the dry dock in Brest, France. As they say, she's there for almost a month. So I'll be interested to see when she departs for Brest in France whether or not she'll play any tunes. Because I suspect she'll leave. They normally leave around about midday, just after lunch, because obviously there's no passengers getting on. They just kick everyone off and then head off for a refit. Lovely shots here of the Fantasy turning around Bramble Bank. Well, hope you've enjoyed this live stream, shipmates. Should we next live? Probably for the Independence of the Sea. I don't know, just have a look. Independence of the Seas, 5 o'clock on Tuesday.
BTS, Sea Lion, good evening.
Sea Lion VTS, good evening.
Yeah, they've finished the upper swinging ground. Lights head back 29 berth. Copy the Hogue car carrier backing out. We'll just head down and see how it looks and stop if necessary.
That's all CT, yep, she's underway backing out now. And we've got the Red Eagle Red Jet 6 inward bound.
Copy those, thank you.
Yeah, I'll probably do the Independence of the Seas on Tuesday, assuming I'm back in time, because she's normally got a good old honk on the Independence, and she's spinning round normally right in front of Mayflower Park here, so we get a good view. And then on Friday, that's 3 ships on Friday: the Britannia, the Queen Mary 2, and Oceania Vista. Queen Mary 2 apparently is going to be honking during the day at midday to celebrate VJ 80 years of VJ Day. So depending on where she parks, I think it's 106 berth, which is a long way up, and depending on which way she faces, if she's facing northerly direction and the wind is southwesterly like it normally is, then I'll probably head up to Marchwood Club. I might try and do a live stream from there. Well, anyway, shipmates, hope you enjoyed this live stream. If you aren't subscribed, please think about subscribing. And for all those who are subscribed, many thanks to all my PayPal donors, Patreons, members of the channel. Much appreciate your support. My new antennas arrived for VTS radio, and I'd had to buy an adapter thing. So you've always got to buy something, haven't you? So I need a SMA female to female, no, SMA male to male adapter. So that's all coming along next week. So hopefully that'll improve the reception on VTS radio. I've also got another location for it to go as well, so I might have to try some various different things there. But anyway, that antenna's arrived, and that wasn't particularly cheap. So that's where your contributions go to, buying gadgets and tech to try and improve the overall. I've also got another camera coming to upgrade a couple of the cameras. I've been experimenting with this new camera for box cam, and so far I'm very pleased with it. It's actually working really well. I did have it a while ago, and I think that one had been dropped or something because it wasn't very smooth. But this one's smooth, pitch quality's good, easy to control. So I've got another one of those coming, so try and improve the all-round performance of the channel. And of course, many thanks to all the Blue Spanners who are looking after this live stream and also all the other live streams. Till next time, shipmates.